Howdy.
Howdy.
My name is Sarah Wojak, and I'm a junior nonprofit business management major from Mustang, Oklahoma. I'm going to start out by telling you a little bit about how I got to Texas A&M. I came out of high school thinking I wanted to do engineering like so many freshmen at Texas A&M. And started to look at A&M. That seemed like a great opportunity. I came to visit kind of on a whim my senior year, and I stepped on campus, it felt like. And the only way I was going to be able to get in-state tuition to Texas A&M was through a scholarship with Corps of Cadets. I really had no idea what I was getting myself into with the Corps, didn't know a whole lot about it. The opportunity I wanted to be able to attend Texas A&M. I'm going to kind of talk about 3 different things lessons that have been very impactful and kind of have gotten me to where I am right now. So like I said before with the Corps, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. Came in my freshman year, and the first few weeks I very much spent it looking at it like I'm surrounded by a lot of people who talk very different than me, who act very different. We kind of hold ourselves to different standards just depending on where we came from. And at first I didn't like that. However, towards the end of my freshman year, the Lord really started to change my perspective, and I saw the opportunity for community that I had. The people that were in my outfit within the Corps were from Florida and Mexico and Guatemala and South Africa, and so I realized the opportunity that I had to build relationships with people that I would not have ever put myself in a situation with. And so I had the opportunity to live next door to them and to do life with them, learn about their families, and just take opportunity to just do life with them. And so like I said, I found that opportunity for community within the Corps. And then secondly, last year I had the opportunity to serve on muster committee. And through my role, I was reading through about a decade's worth of muster speeches. And I was sitting in my dorm on the floor, just kind of going through them. And it really kind of hit me in that this is what it means to be an Aggie. I was reading through speeches of people who have served our country courageously, who have gave their lives, and they were just talking and speaking so highly of other Aggies. And so I kind of realized that as a freshman, whenever I came to Texas A&M, I didn't really do anything to earn the title Aggie. However, that name bared great weight because of the relentless commitment to our values of the Aggies who have come before me. And so that was a really neat lesson to learn through muster. And then those 2 things kind of came together in the spring semester whenever I found out I was going to be the Deputy Corps Commander. Mandy Scott, who's class of '87, messaged me on Facebook. She was the first female deputy corps commander, and she was also in the Ross Volunteer Company like I am. And she reached out to me, and like I said, these 2 lessons kind of came together because I'm standing on her shoulders. She held the same position that I did in 1987, and because of the opportunity that I have to serve in this position, it creates great community. To kind of let you know a little bit where the Corps is now, it's about 20% female. We've had 2 female Corps commanders, Cecile's over here. But something that I've really learned through being a female in leadership in the Corps is that it's necessary to expect the respect that comes with your position. However, it's my duty to earn it every day in my words and actions, just as it is with any other person. How I carry myself and expect to be treated by all the guys sets the precedence for how other females will be treated. So I've learned that I need to expect that, and if there's certain situations where I'm not being treated that way, it's my responsibility to step up and say something because it's setting the precedent for freshmen in whatever outfit, how they will be treated by their upperclassmen and by other members of the Corps. And then finally, it's the constant pursuit of excellence, regardless of whether you're a guy or a gal, just consistently building your relationships with others and setting further goals is what will inspire others. So in closing, I'd like to thank you. Thank you for your time at Texas A&M, regardless of what you did, whether you were in the Corps or not. Your actions have allowed us to be standing up here today, so thank you. And thank you for your continued dedication to our university. It means so much to us that you are continually pouring into us and supporting us in our endeavors and mentorship and everything that we're pursuing. It's an honor to stand among women like yourself this evening, and I hope in the next few years that I'll have the opportunity to do the same thing right now. Thank you. Howdy.
Howdy.
My name is Jasmine White, and I am a junior political science major and sociology minor from Sugar Land, Texas. I want to take a moment first to sincerely thank Aggie Women and the Texas A&M Women's Resource Center for extending me this opportunity to speak to you all this evening, and also to Meryl and her husband and all the staff at Messina Hall for providing such a beautiful venue for us this evening to enjoy. My decision to come to Texas A&M was anything but traditional. I went to an extremely competitive high school in Sugar Land, and A&M was actually my last choice, my safety school. But based on a suggestion from a close friend, I ended up venturing into the Texas A&M Student Government Association, and I began there as a freshman, serving as Chief Digital Strategist for the Diversity Commission. And as a woman, more specifically as a woman of color, from the most diverse county in the entire state, I was passionate about changing the makeup and the dialogue surrounding diversity and the university's inclusion efforts. However, my enthusiasm and passion for the subject was met with harsh pushback and unwillingness from many people, and I realized that in order to truly make an impact, that I would have to dive in and get directly involved. I ran my first student senate race that spring as a freshman, and it was the scariest thing I've ever done. After being elected into the 69th session, I was the only Asian American in a room of 80 students who claimed to represent the interests of the entire university. And being alone and glaringly different from my peers, I was inspired more than ever to keep pushing towards my goals. I was appointed to serve as the chair of diversity and inclusion for the Student Senate a couple months later, and I was the youngest officer in the entire organization for just a little bit. And I reminded myself daily to be fearless in the face of adversity and to always push for what was right, what was fair, and what was in the best interests of all students, not just the majority. And I was told point blank throughout my tenure in this role that I was too aggressive, too pushy, too loud, and too opinionated, and that as a woman I should be more mindful about my interactions with my peers if I ever wanted to get something done. And I'm not going to lie, the first time that I heard this, it broke my spirit, and I really wondered if what I was so passionate about accomplishing was really the right thing when so many people were so adamantly against my efforts. But because of the women around me, my advisors, Amy Lloyd and Kaylin Cavazos, who's here tonight, my female peers, and the unwavering support from senators, both male and female, who understood the value of diversity in its cause, I kept pushing, and I climbed until I got to where I am today. It was during this process that I also remembered to breathe. And in that moment did I finally realize that the opportunities that I had received at Texas A&M, I would never have gotten at any other institution across the country. Texas A&M, despite my untraditional start, was the best decision I've ever made. Every bad day I had, I reminded myself of the courageous women who came before me in our male-dominated organization. The women who fought on behalf of names and faces they would never know in order to pave the future that is now my reality. That the development, the setbacks, but most importantly, the growth and support I received as part of the Aggie family and the opportunity to lead was an experience that could never be replicated anywhere else. I'm the first Asian American woman to have served both as the Speaker Pro Tempore as well as in my current role as the Speaker of the Student Senate in the 70 years that our organization has been in existence. I am in this role because I understood that if I wanted to see change at our university, not just in diversity efforts, but in anything, whether that be dining, transportation, or accessibility to women's resources, that I had to get to a point where I set the agenda myself. My ultimate vision for the Aggie Women of tomorrow is understanding this. Enacting change begins with being unafraid to challenge the status quo, being unafraid to raise your voice in moments of injustice, and having the willingness to learn and adapt in order to further empower the individuals around you. It comes from being an individual who reminds the people in your life of their individual worth, being a voice for the voiceless, and having a grateful heart through all of the setbacks and obstacles. We have been given the opportunity to get an education, to make a difference, and most importantly, to have a voice because of powerful, fearless women from the past. Let us never forget the value of their individual contributions and battles and how it enables us to be the revolution for the future today. Never in our lives will we ever be given the platform and opportunity to enact change the way that we are able to in our time at Texas A&M. And even after we leave, the leadership opportunities Texas A&M has provided is a reminder that we are architects of our own futures, artists of our own tapestries, and curators of progress and innovation. The future is for you now. Let's get to work. Thank you.
Are they amazing? Isn't that amazing? I'm just so proud of them. We appreciate them taking the time to come out and talk with us tonight. But it just gives you a whole, such hope for what we can do in the future with our new Aggie Women leaders. And in closing time, we have one of our past presidents of the Aggie Women Network, Miss Molly Underwood. Do we have Molly? Where is she? Oh, there she is.
Howdy! Thank you all for being here. Thank you to our members, and I would really like to send a special thank you to Sue Redmond and Carol Jordan, because without their vision and leadership 10 years ago, none of us would be standing in this room. This organization is very special to me, and to see this many people celebrating with us 10 years of service, it's really exciting to see. I know it's exciting for a lot of you as well. But as a parting note for everybody tonight, I thank all of our current members, but anybody that's not a current member or has never been a member, has just found our organization, or who wants to be part of our organization, I'm just here to kind of give a little plug and urge you to join. Because your support of our organization allows us to do the things that you've heard Sue talk about, and Meryl, and Catherine, and all of the student guests that we have, right? It helps us to connect former students to current students. It helps us to provide mentoring programs to current students, to do the recognition that Sue talked about, that we're very, very proud of, right? Recognizing women for the accomplishments and the impact that they're making at Texas A&M and in the world. Providing scholarships to students. We've got a scholarship recipient here tonight. Thank you for coming and showing your support for our organization. But those are the things that we want to do, that we love to do, that our organization exists to do, and gives all of us the opportunity to give back. So, annual membership, $52. I can't give you anything for that tonight. I'm not going to give you a t-shirt or a bumper sticker, but what you'll get is far more valuable, right? It's the tangible knowledge that you are making an impact, that you have an opportunity to give back to the organization, because that's really what we are, right? Our mission is to give back to the university. It's not necessarily, what's in it for me, what do I get out of this? It's what are you giving back to our students, to the university, so that our voice is heard, right? And so that so that women are recognized, and so that we can fulfill our mission. So I'm going to be here along with several others that can help you join if you want to log in tonight and join. If you want to do it later, aggiewomen.org. If you've ever been a member before, you'll have to get your password and log in. If not, just hit the membership button and join. We really would appreciate it. And as a final note, I am from the DFW area, and as a follow-on event for this 10-year celebration, we are meeting on September 21st at Messina Hoff in Grapevine. So if any of you are in the area, we'd love to have you. Thank you.
Okay, before we do the drawing, we need to make sure that everybody's got their tickets. If you have tickets and you haven't put them in the bag, now's the time to do it. If you want to grab some tickets really quickly before we draw, let's wait about 10 minutes and then we'll do the drawing for all the gifts that are back at the back. And it gives you time to circulate, get to know each other, meet our women leaders here tonight, take pictures, whatever you'd like to do. And I just want to also say thank you so much for coming and for supporting Aggie Women.